Rise and grind, gamers. My name is Tetsyumi, and welcome back to episode 28 of our Terraria Infernum rogue-only playthrough. And gamers, I'm gonna say this now immediately, right off the bat, so I don't have to keep talking about it for the rest of the episode. But if you guys didn't watch my channel update video that I posted like a video or two ago, the TLDR is that I just moved, so right now I'm recording in a new space. So if my mic sounds maybe a little bit more echoey, or anything in my audio sounds a little bit different, that's the reason why. I moved. I'm in a completely new space. I'm recording in a closet right now. I'll go ahead and flash up a picture on screen of what it looks like. But yeah, this is literally the closet. I'm recording in my closet right now. Hopefully it's not too echoey or too bad. I kind of put all my clothes around and like did what I could to make like the sound dampen a little bit so it wouldn't be super echoey. Hopefully it sounds normal. Hopefully it sounds completely okay. But yeah, just in case anything sounds different in these videos, because obviously this is the first video I'm recording like since I've moved, so I don't really know how things sound. I'll try and like fix any sound problems that may or may not come up in the future. But yeah, TLDR, if anything sounds differently, maybe if there's a little bit more echo, that's why, because I just moved. Hopefully it sounds normal. Maybe if you guys have any suggestions, if it does sound a little bit weird, let me know in the comments. So gamers, welcome. This is, like I said, episode 28. If you guys didn't watch our last episode, go watch it because it was absolutely crazy. What we did is we fought and took down the Moon Lord in Calamity Infernum Mode with only the rogue class. It was crazy. The Moon Lord fight was really cool. I actually did enjoy it. You know, looking back on the fight, it was really cool. I think I said like after the end of that episode that like I thought the fight was kind of mid, and like maybe it was a little bit mid. You know, some of his attacks were just kind of they were all right, but I think that fight was still really cool, and I did enjoy it a lot. So gamers, now we are officially in the post Moon Lord section of the Calamity Mod, and this is where things get absolutely insane, especially for me, because if you guys don't know, I mean, I don't know how you wouldn't know, because I literally keep saying it like all the time. We're playing the rogue class only for this playthrough. And the thing about the rogue class in Calamity Mod is that everyone who has ever played it says it starts off kind of shitty, starts off really slow, but then after you get to like the later game content, especially post Moon Lord, things turn up to 100. You get a ton of new weapons, a ton of new equipment, and the rogue class just becomes like a really good class to play. And as you guys know, obviously right now, we're here. I mean, we made it. We made it through the bad part, quote unquote, of the rogue class in Calamity, so we can now go on to all the cool fun stuff, and that is exactly what we're doing today. We have already a ton of new weapons and like armor and like even a really cool accessory that we can craft today, and that is exactly what we're going to be doing. Now this is, I guess, going to be our episode to-do list kind of section, but it's a little bit weird because I'm obviously not at my base. You know what, let's go back to my base. We can go back to my base and talk about it. And actually, you can already kind of see something at the side of my screen here. I figured out something really cool you can do with like the recipe browser mod. But either way, we'll get to that in a second, because this, of course, is our episode to-do list, episode 28. So we got a lot of stuff, like I said. So going in order, we got a few things. First off, life fruits plus unholy cores. Unholy cores are a new crash material that we can get from like profaned type enemies that I think spawned in the hollow. So we want to go ahead and grab a bunch of that for some things in the future. And also, obviously, life fruit, because we're in the Calamity mod, life fruit actually spawns immediately. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow, I just realized literally right now. We already have life fruit. Like what am I talking about, dude? We already have like max. We already have that. Like, life fruit's a thing you get when you enter hard mode, not like post Moon Lord. I'm so stupid, dude. It has been a while. Listen, it's been a while. I forgot. My bad. I'm sorry. That's really funny. I literally just now realized that. Okay, so scratch life fruit. We don't need life fruit. We already have life fruit. Yeah, that's hilarious. We still do need unholy cores though, because now that we did beat Moon Lord, now those like profane type enemies will spawn and they drop unholy cores, and we can craft some of these into some cool stuff. And also, you know, for this thing down here, which we'll get to. And besides that, obviously here we got a lot of stuff to craft, and this is actually where like this thing comes in handy, because I figured out in the recipe browser you can like favorite certain recipes, and then they'll pop up in this like menu over here, so you guys can like see them and see the recipe really easily. So I figured that was really cool. First off, I want to craft this thing right here. This Empyrean cloak is part of a brand new rogue armor set that we can craft now that we did beat the Moon Lord, which is pretty much acts the exact same as like the like vortex and like the solar, like the regular post Moon Lord armor. It's kind of the same thing, except this time it's a rogue class one. And naturally, if we're gonna make ourselves a cool new rogue class armor, we do also have to upgrade our shoes to the celestial tracers, which we can do now, and also grab ourselves the Exodius wings. Now, I don't know if the Exodius wings are actually going to be better for us, but you guys can see at the bottom there, it says 5% increased rogue damage and critical strike chance while you're wearing the Empyrean armor. So that's probably going to be better than the Celestial Tracers, or Celestial Starboard, sorry. They're pretty much the same in terms of, like, stats, so, like, I guess the 5% increased rogue damage is going to be pretty useful. After that, I want to craft ourselves a Moonstone Crown, which is the only new accessory we're going to make today, but this sounds really cool. 15% increased rogue projectile velocity, which is like, you know, it's whatever on its own, it's pretty good, but Stealth Strike summon lunar flares on enemy hits, and rogue projectiles summon homing moon sigils as they travel. That sounds really cool and really strong, so I definitely want to make that. And then other than that, it's pretty much just weapons. We got like, what, 5 weapons here, and then also like an Elderberry, which just increases my health a little bit more, so like, we'll get that out of the way now. Oh no, it's only 4 weapons, my bad. Oh, it's only 3 weapons, bro. I cannot count, what the fuck? But either way, we got 3 weapons. The first one is going to be the Alpha Virus. It does a lot of rogue damage, almost 1,000 rogue damage. There was a giant Plague Cell with a lethal aura that explodes into 6 homing Plague Seekers, and then Stealth Strikes cause the Plague Seeker cells to move slower, accumulating an aura of swirling Plague Seekers as it flies. That just sounds cool. That sounds super awesome. I want to make it. I don't know what that does. Then we got the Elemental Disc. This is a staple of the Calamity mod, so you guys probably already know what this does. Only 300 rogue damage, but this thing is really good, and I know that for a fact. It throws a disc that has a chance to generate several discs if enemies are near it. Stealth Strikes fly slower, but travel further, pierce through enemies, and spawn extra discs more frequently. I have never used the Elemental Disc since like the whole Stealth Strike mechanic was introduced, so I'm really curious to see how the Stealth Strikes work with it, because I remember this used to be a really good spam weapon, and it helped me take down Providence actually back when I first like was playing through the Calamity mod, so like this is a really cool weapon. I definitely want to try it with the Stealth Strikes. And then finally, we got one more weapon, which is the Hell's Sun, and truth be told, I think this weapon is kind of going to be mid, but I still want to craft anyway to see what it does. It does do a lot of damage, 717 rogue damage. It hurls up to 10 gravity-defying spiky balls. Once stationary, they periodically emit small suns that explode on hit, and then Stealth Strikes emit suns at a faster rate and last for a longer amount of time, and then I can press right-click to delete all the existing spiky balls. So it's kind of like a stage booby trap kind of thing that will also like spawn in exploding suns. It sounds cool. I'm not really sure how useful it's going to be specifically in this episode, because at the end of crafting all of this stuff, what I want to do is fight ourselves the Profaned Guardians. And obviously we're in Infernum mode right now. This is not like normal Calamity mod, but I do remember in the normal Calamity mod, the Profaned Guardians are a very mobile boss. Like you would basically just kind of run across all of hell to fight them. At least that's how I did it. So I'm not sure specifically if like the Hell's Sun, like gravity defying spiky balls are going to be super useful. But either way, I'm looking forward to this fight, dude. I think it's going to be really cool. So I don't remember exactly where like these new profaned enemies spawn in, so I can get those unholy cores, but I'm pretty sure that some do spawn in hell, and I think actually what I can do is like go over here to this like weird Profaned Guardian kind of arena thing. Actually, no, wait, here's one right here. I'm pretty sure this Scorn Eater is one of those new enemies, so if I kill him, he should drop some profaned, yeah, unholy essence. I almost said profaned cores, but nah, he drops unholy essence, which is exactly what we need. Hell yeah. Okay, I'm not sure how much I actually need. 46 is probably enough. I think I only need like 20 for this weapon. Yeah, I only need 20 for this weapon, and I don't think anything right now. Oh, you know what? I guess I also needed 20 for this Elderberry. So yeah, other than that, that's all I needed. So yeah, 46 is enough. Okay, hell yeah. Never mind. I actually had to wait around for 70 because I also forgot we will need to make the Profaned Shard, which is like to summon the Profaned Guardians. So yeah, now we have enough. All right, gamers, you already know what time it is. I got myself 84 of these Unholy Essences, which means now it is time for us to craft all of this good gunk over here. So first things first, we got to make ourselves a bunch of Luminite bars. We got 859 Luminite ore. So if we just slap, I guess, you know what, I guess we just slap everything in here. Like every single thing is going in my inventory. And I could be totally wrong, but I think we do have like everything we need already to make everything we want. We got 214 Luminite. That's already very good. So let's see. First off, it's the Empyrean Cloak. It's such a weird word to say. Cool, we need more Meld Blobs, but again, okay, well, you know what? We don't have, we don't have that many Meld Blobs. Thankfully, it's sold by the operator. You know, for the time being, then we'll just make ourselves, we got the cloak, we'll make ourselves the headdress. Thankfully, we don't need Meld Blobs for any of these other recipes, so we'll just, I guess, finish making those off camera because they're sold by the operator. The next thing, though, is the Celestial Tracers, so I just throw ahead my Angel Treads in here, filtered by armor, and remove that. We should, I believe, just see these things. Is it? No, it's an accessory. It's not an armor. But there we go. The Celestial Tracers. And I guess for the wings, oh, we already have Demon Wings. So there we go. We can just use the Demon Wings. Hell yeah, nice. Then is the Moonstone Crown. And I don't remember if I had this thing. Okay, I do have the fellow grind. Okay, so perfect. We can just make ourselves a few of these galactic singularities, and bam, the Moonstone Crown is now ours. Oh, wait, shit, that's really cool. I never realized that if you actually craft it and, like, put it in your inventory, it removes it from, like, the this menu over here. That's sick. I didn't know that. And now we got ourselves the Elderberry, which, oh, shit, we need Eula Bloom. Okay, I didn't even realize we need Eula Bloom for that. I thought that was just Luminite bar. Okay, so we can't craft the Elderberry yet. Pretty soon we can craft it, but yeah, no. Also, you know, we need Divine Geode. Divine Geodes we get from fighting Providence, like straight up Providence, not the Profaned Guardians. So, okay, I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, we just cannot make the Elderberry. That's, okay, my bad. But we should be able to make all of these other weapons. I guess, the Alpha Virus, can we make this? We need nanites. Okay, we'll go buy nanites, but that's the only thing we need to make this, so we'll, I guess, get that off camera too. And then the Elemental Disc, we just need more Elemental Singularities, Galactic Singularities, my bad. And there we go, we got ourselves the Elemental Disc. And, last but not least, we got ourselves the Hell's Sun here, so there we go, everything, I mean, for the most part, is crafted. What I'll do right now is off camera, let me go ahead and grab the rest of the materials I need to craft this stuff, and I will meet you guys back when we can actually test out some of these weapons. It has been accomplished. Everything in my inventory is, I mean, for the most part, everything we wanted to craft. Again, we couldn't craft some of this stuff because, you know, we're stupid. You know, we don't need life fruit. We don't need whatever the hell else it was, this elderberry, you know, whatever, who cares? First things first, let's go ahead and take a look at this armor. My current armor right now is pretty good. It's got 110 maximum stealth. Rogue weapons unleash a volley of homing chaos flames around the player every 2 seconds. It's pretty cool, but now if we switch over to the Empyrean armor, whatever you call it, I think I said it right actually, this gives me 115 maximum stealth, pretty good. Rogue projectiles have a special effect on enemy hits. Ooh, imbued with cosmic wrath and rage when I'm damaged. Okay, I wonder what that special effect is. And also, the set bonus is just 9% increased rogue damage and velocity, which I think is better than this one. This one was, I think, 5. Yeah, this one was 5% increased rogue damage. So, hell yeah, dude, I will absolutely take that. This one seems better. Cool. Oh, wow, I didn't realize this also. It's like 20 more points of defense. Yeah, that's actually like that's a lot more defense, dude. Hell yeah. Oh my god, I am so sorry. I just realized for the entire beginning of this video, there was no Terraria sounds. Okay, I mean, I'll put on, like, my own background music and stuff, but yeah, my OBS was not capturing any of the Terraria sound. It should be fixed now. You guys can actually, like, hear things and stuff from Terraria. Wow, I don't know how I did that, but it should be fixed now. That's kind of crazy. Either way, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the more incidental things. I suppose, like, the wings and also the Celestial Tracers. Now, I just realized we don't really need both the Celestial Tracers and the wings, because if you guys don't know, the Celestial Tracers are wings. Like, these give me wings. I don't know how good they are compared to, like, anything else. I guess we can see horizontal speed is 0.9, acceleration multiplier is 2.6. I think those are the same. Yeah, they're actually a little bit better than even this one. This one's only 2.5 multiplier. The flight time is 140, which I think is a little bit worse. Yeah, this one's like 180. And obviously this one comes with the 5% increased rogue damage and like other stuff. Probably just have these wings on regularly, because I don't think I'll be doing much running on the ground. I'll probably mostly be flying like this horizontally if I'm ever like going to move. I'm not sure. You know what? We'll keep these in our inventory, I guess, similar to the Silent Moab. You know what? We'll probably retire the Silent Moab and put that back in our storage. But, like, well, I guess we'll keep this in our inventory. We'll see if maybe one of them is going to be better than the other. But that means, yeah, we kind of do still have that accessory slot free, which is good because we can also put on our Brisk Moonstone Crowns. If I throw this... Oh, cool. Well, it doesn't do it very often, but you can see here, those are, like, the moon sigils that get thrown on, and those, like, home into enemies as, like, the projectile travels. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Very cool. And obviously, it would also spawn, like, lunar flares as, like, I hit an enemy. There's no enemies around me to hit, but I'm sure that'll be also useful. We can take a look at these 3 weapons that I think are going to be super, super cool. Again, there's no enemies around me, so I'm not sure how well we can test these, but we're definitely going to be testing them against the Profaned Guardians very soon. So first, I guess we'll try the Hell's Sun, which again, just throws a spiky ball that, like, will periodically emit, like, a sun explosion. It sounds cool, and it does defy gravity, so, ooh, oh, damn, you know what? That's pretty good. This is with the Stealth Strike, so the normal Stealth Strike wouldn't, like, spawn suns this frequently. Actually, we'll go ahead and see. Yeah, like here, these two are not the Stealth Strike, so they're spawning suns a lot less frequently. Honestly, that's still pretty frequent, though. That's pretty good. Also, look at, because of the moon thing, the moon crown, it's still spawning in, like, the moon whatever things that would home in. That's really good. Low-key, dude, I might be sleeping on this weapon. This weapon seems kind of cracked. Again, though, it is very stationary as, like, a weapon. It's definitely better for, like, I guess, like, if you had a smaller arena, right? A boss would be flying into them more, but, like, this is really good. and I can throw up to 10 of them with the Stealth Strike, I believe. So damn, dude, this is actually kind of sick. These ones are also still here. They do last a pretty long time. High key, I was sleeping on these things. They might be very cracked. I actually definitely want to try them out. That seems pretty cool. Next up, though, is the Elemental Disc, which again, throws a disc that has a chance to generate several smaller discs if enemies are near it, and then Stealth Strikes make it fly slower, travel further, pierce enemies, and then spawn discs more frequently. We're probably not going to be able to see that because I don't think, you know, there's no enemies around us. But yeah, that's the Stealth Strike. It throws pretty slow. It throws pretty far. Oh, hell, there's the Lunar Flares. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, this is good. It's good. With the non-Stealth Strikes, you guys can see it, it's still a really good weapon. Honestly, this might be a weapon that is even still better with, like, spam strikes than Stealth Strikes. But that's just something we're going to have to test out. And the last weapon, the Alpha Virus, I think is going to be my favorite. It sounds really cool. It throws the giant plague cell with a lethal aura that explodes into homing projectiles. Stealth Strikes make it throw slower and accumulate an aura of swirling plague seekers as it fires, which sounds cool. I don't know if maybe those plague seekers home in, but let's throw it over here. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my god. Whoa, that's awesome. Holy shit, that's awesome. And there was the explosion where it exploded into, like, the more homing plague seekers. So yeah, I'm guessing then these swirling ones, it looks like they probably would home in. It looks like the same projectile as the things that explode there. That is sick. Dude, that's awesome. Hold on. I want to try it with the non-Stealth Strike, though. Let's see. It still seems really, really good with spam strikes. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I think probably Stealth Strike is the way to go with this weapon, which is good for me because, you know, I'm a Stealth Strike build right now. That is so goddamn cool. Holy shit. This weapon's awesome. All right, gamers, you know what time it is. It is time to fight the Profaned Guardians. And I realized something really cool. This says it summons the Profaned Guardians when used on the cliff in the left side of the Profaned Garden at the far right side of the underworld, which is this area right here. So it looks like this is where we're fighting the Profaned Guardians, which is super, super cool, which makes me think the Profaned Guardians actually are going to have, like, their own kind of boxed in arena, so I'm probably not going to be able to leave this area, I'm guessing, once we spawn these guys in, which, I mean, dude, fine by me. This thing is going to be awesome. So what we're going to do is, I suppose we'll just, we'll set up a waypoint right here. And honestly, before we even spawn these guys in, let's see if we can, like, throw around a bunch of these geodes. There's 2. We can throw 10 of these things. Think that was 10, but high key, I wasn't counting. We'll throw 1 more for good measure. Okay, yeah, I can't throw any more, so there we go. That is all of them. Hell yeah. And I suppose for this first run here, let's try and use the Alpha Virus. I want to get to using, like, all of these new weapons, which I guess in my case is probably only 2 because I'm going to be setting these Hell Suns up beforehand. But either way, dude, let's go ahead and spawn these guys in. Or not. Oh, wait. Do I have to go in here? Do I have to go in here to spawn them in? No. Am I wrong? This is the right side of the underworld. I mean, like, it's highlighted now when I entered this area, so I feel like I did it right. Oh shit! Oh shit! I had to do it, like, actually at that cliff face, like, right when you enter this area. Holy shit! Oh my god! Whoa! What? This is awesome! Whoa, this is awesome! Holy shit! Wow, I have to get in close to them, though. This is kind of crazy. Oh my god, this is so unique. Holy shit, this is, like, insanely cool. Oh my, I ran into it by accident. Wow, that's awesome, dude. Oh my god. I cannot be, like, too loud and, like, screaming right now because, again, I just moved. I'm in, like, an apartment building, and I don't know how loud I can really be because I don't know how thin the walls are. I want to scream and yell so loud. That was so cool. So apparently we need to use it right here, and they spawn over here. So I guess what I can do then is maybe I can put some of these Hell Suns over here in this side of the arena and maybe do some damage before I even, like, get to the boss. We'll see if that'll work. Okay, there we go. There is all 10 of them. So now if I quickly make my way back over here, spawn these guys in again. Oh my god, that is so cool. And yeah, look at that. My plan is working flawlessly so far. I don't know if those are actually going to do damage to them yet, but, like, okay, yeah, it looks like they're not going to be doing any damage to them or anything. Oh, you know what? I did also forget to turn on my my dash. Let me do that. There we go. Dude, it is hard to, like, get into them with this laser also trying to fire at you. Oh my god, this is actually kind of insane. So can I, like, start attacking them now? Do I need to, like, get all the way up close to them or something? Oh, I see. They have, like, a shield. Oh, that is sick. And when you break the shield, it stops. Dude, oh my. I can't yell. I cannot yell like this. How am I supposed to avoid that? I cannot be yelling like this, dude. Oh my god. How do you avoid that laser? Do I have to be closer to them? Dude, I don't know. What am I doing? I forgot I can use the Wayfinder. Why am I manually coming down there like a bot? let's try and really figure this out. So we already know this beginning phase. We got to break the shield. So I wonder, actually, in that case, can I kind of like just throw some things in this direction and like break the shield before I even get over to them? Because I feel like I'd rather break the shield as fast as I humanly can right now, right? Okay, that was doing no damage to the shield. So it looks like I maybe need to have the shield on screen in order to like start damaging it. And yeah, dude, by the time I get all the way over here, the rocks are completely gone. So do I just need to be closer to you? Yes, I do. Okay, this is sick. Oh my god, and you're doing something crazy. I don't even want any part of that. Oh my god, this fight, holy shit already. Oh my god, this is, what the fuck? What the fuck? That's so goddamn cool. It did seem like those rocks were doing pretty good damage, but I guess in this attempt, let's try using like the elemental disc or something, because I want to try this. I didn't realize they would all be so like clumped up together, which makes me think the elemental disc is going to have like really good damage for what it is. Also, I didn't realize this either. Infinite flight time is super, super nice for this fight. That is very appreciated. Okay, the elemental disc did not do amazing damage against like the shield thing, but honestly, I feel like it's still going to do good damage because like, look, it's going to be piercing a whole bunch right now. It's doing okay. I can't really afford to look at the damage right now because I'm just going to die. But it seems to be doing like 2,000. I really actually cannot look. This is, oh my god, this is okay. I might need a weapon that I can think a little bit less, which might be the alpha virus. Actually, high key, the weapon that I can use to not think is probably going to be the hell rock, because like if I just throw 10 of them, they'll stay for a good while, and then I don't even have to worry about like attacking or firing or anything. I'm not too sure. Oh my god, dude, I am taking so much damage on like the run-up of this though. Nah, the alpha virus does crazy damage actually. What am I saying? It might have to be this weapon. Okay, I'm just bad. I'm just bad. That was doing good damage though. You let me practice for a little bit. I definitely gotta practice and lock in a little bit. Understand that first phase. I think I do understand it. You just gotta circle it. I'm just not recognizing all of the attacks quite yet. Whoa! Oh my god, that's so cool. Oh my god, I can't yell as loud as I want to yell, but that is so goddamn cool. Wow. I understand the first phase. I want to say honestly completely, and even that second phase didn't seem too crazy hard to dodge. That's definitely a fight where you gotta lock in. I think I like that strategy though. My strategy, I think, is gonna be going forward, I'll throw like 10 of these Hell Suns, right? And then like get the damage going. And then I can switch over to the Alpha Virus and get like a bunch more damage. And then like I will also be passively still doing damage with the Hell Sun. So like even if I need to stop and like lock in to dodge, I will still have a little bit of damage going for me. I think that's going to be our plan. Ooh, hold on. I didn't notice I got something. I got a Relic of Convergence. Creates a profaned crystal that charges power. Holding out the crystal slows the player down. At the end of its life, the crystal heals a player for 70 HP. Oh, cool. I remember what this thing is. I don't know if this thing was ever good. I don't remember if it was, but like, might be useful. You know what? If there's like ever a really tight section where I need to dodge, it might be useful to slow down like this. I'm not, you know, I'll keep it in my hotbar. Who knows? That could be good. Yeah, I can confirm. I don't think that's good. I don't think the amount of like slowing that actually provides is adequate to the 70 healing. Like 70 healing is way too little for the amount that would fuck you up. Like for the amount it slows you down. Like that is, it's way too slow for way too little healing. Oh, dude. Oh, that section is so difficult, but we're getting better. You guys know what time it is. It is time for Lock in a Clock, where I give this boss, I think, 22 attempts. I genuinely think I can do this boss. I mean, as long as they don't throw any more crazy bullshit at me, which honestly they probably will. As long as like this is kind of all the boss is with like maybe 1 or 2 more phases, I think I can do this boss realistically in like under 30 attempts maybe. That was a terrible example. God damn. I can't, we're changing this shit. I am so tired of dying to the big fucking charging guy, dude. I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like it's not that his hitbox is off. He's just so goddamn big that whenever he charges into me, I always get hit by it, and I'm not gonna lie. I think the waifus need to come off. Maybe permanently, I'm not too sure. There is just way too much visual clutter on screen, especially using this weapon, because, like, this weapon, as we know, it does a lot of projectiles. Like, look at this, and think of this, like, multiplied by 10, because I can throw 10 of these things out. There's a lot going on screen. I feel like the waifus are just making it really hard to see things. So instead, what we're going to do, we're going to take off the waifus, and what we can put on is a flesh totem. If you guys don't remember, we got this from the Ravager. What this does is it halves enemy contact damage with a 20-second cooldown. I feel like that is going to be very, very helpful for the guy that charges into me, because I feel like I mainly die and get hit by him. So as long as, like, we can have some of that damage, then we're going to survive for longer. Maybe we can take him out, because I think, like, that's the second guy you take down. You take down, like, the first shield guy or something, and then it's the, like, dashing guy. And then after that, it's some other third guy, which I haven't even gotten to yet, but hopefully it's going to help. Whoa, what? What? Oh my god, okay. We made it into, I hope, the last phase, at the very least the third phase. There was only one Profaned Guard left. Holy shit. Joe, that's, I'm gonna be honest, that's a really, really difficult second phase. God, we don't even know what the third phase is gonna look like. Oh my god, this is a challenging fight. Hold on. I might have just thought of something. Either this is something smart, or... Dude. Oh my god, you can just stand back here and get adrenaline. And then adrenaline your way through the whole first phase, right? Like, oh my god. I figured they would maybe, like, disable adrenaline until you, like, actually get up there and break the shield or something. But no, you can just, like, kind of cheese the first phase of this fight. That'll make things a little bit easier. I don't know if that's a worth it thing to do. I mean, I guess it is. We'll try it out. But shit, that's really funny. I didn't realize you could do this. All right, so I got adrenaline now. So I guess... Right, let's pop adrenaline and, like, start throwing some of this shit. Let's see. Does this even do, like, more damage? That does a lot of damage, it seems. The thing with, like, the rogue class and adrenaline is usually you want to, like, spam strike, which maybe is what I should have been doing. But, like, wow. Wow, that I just blitzed through the first phase. Like, that was actually nothing. Like, that was genuinely nothing at all. And then, of course, I died at this phase, which is so goddamn hard. Like, I think the hardest thing about that phase is before he charges you, he keeps circling you, so you don't really know the angle he's gonna charge you with. And then, like, obviously those fireballs do a lot of damage. Holy shit, I can ignore the first phase of this fight. That is actually kind of crazy. So I also found out, if I go stand all the way back here, he just will stop firing the lasers at me, but he's still spawned in, and I'll still get adrenaline. So I could just do this to completely cheese the first phase. I mean, like, I was already completely cheesing the first phase, but, like, this is actually just crazy. Also, I put on my Celestial Starboard because I think it's going to make dodging a little bit easier because I can hover like this, and I honestly just like the hovering. Fuck! Oh my god! Good attempt. I figured something out. And actually, I'll go ahead and show on screen now. But what I have started doing is in the first phase, instead of doing that, like, pussy technique of just staying in the back and getting my adrenaline up, I'm actually going up there and attacking it. But what I'm doing instead is I'm taking down the shield with specifically the Hell Sun weapon. And you might be saying, Tetsyumi, like, alright, sure, you can do that, but, like, the Alpha Virus does way more damage. It takes the shield down way faster, so why even bother with the Hell Sun? Well, because after the shield goes down, what happens is they all kind of clump up, all the, like, 3 Guardians, and you have to take down the Guardian that's, like, Healing Guardian or something. I don't know which one it is, but you have to take down one of the Guardians first to activate, like, the second phase. So now that all of the Hell Suns are clumped up in one area, because I took down the shield with it, then I can switch to the Alpha Virus, and these 2 weapons together, like firing my 10 of the Hell Sun things, and then switching to the Alpha Virus, does so much damage that I can take down the first phase in, like, it's like 10 seconds, and because I've been building up my adrenaline because I did the like shield phase kind of slowly, I'll have my adrenaline going into the second phase, which means I can aim directly upwards and hit the second guy we need to take down and get his health almost completely down. So I have to do less of the second phase, because like, I'll be honest, doing the second phase normally with these weapons is very slow. Like, it takes about like 3 to 4 rotations, and by then I have like no health left and I have no resources and just die immediately to the third phase. So it's not great. So I've been trying to do this technique and I'm not amazing at it, but you guys saw in that last attempt, it managed to get me to the third phase. So like, I'm gonna keep doing this. This seems really good. What? 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 Whoa! That's so weird. What the fuck? This is like the normal version of the Profaned Guardians. What the hell? What? How did that happen? For context, I just had an attempt where like I was in the middle of the first phase and I got hit, so I just like settings and save and exit and then, you know, came back into the world. That's so weird. Did I like come back into the world too fast and now this is like just the normal Profaned Guardians? How would that work? How would that genuinely work? Because I still have Infernum mode on. Whoa. Death mode. Oh, wait, hold on. What? Hold on. Did I just enter the world too fast? And then it like, it put on death mode instead of Inferno? That's so weird. What the fuck? I've been fighting this boss in Inferno mode. Like, you can see the difference. Like, look, he has his own spawn animation. Like, he has completely different moves. That is so strange. I think what must have happened is I entered the world and like teleported down here and summoned the boss too fast, so Inferno mode didn't like register that it was on yet when I entered the world. So like when I spawned the boss, it thought I was in death mode instead of Inferno mode. That is so goddamn interesting. Weird. God damn it, again. Like this is what happens if I get hit in that phase like at all, which usually happens towards the end. I'll just save and exit and then come back in the world. Yeah, my only thought is that, like, then I teleported down here too fast somehow, but that is super strange. I am so stupid. Up until now, I have forgotten such a crucial thing that I should have been doing from, like, the very start of this series, in all honesty. I forgot to grab Featherfall Potions. Dude, Featherfall Potions is, like, essential for dodging things in, like, higher tier Calamity content. Honestly, just higher tier Terraria boss content in general. Like, yeah, dude, I need Featherfall. Also, I was looking at some of my accessories and like equipment. I feel like I do want to change around some things. For one, I think honestly I kind of want to put back on the Glow of Precision. If you guys don't remember what this does, is it decreases rogue attack speed but increases damage and crit and also like velocity of attacks. And I was talking to the bandit over here, and the bandit sells something new that looks really cool. The Ethereal Exhorter. Rogue projectiles explode into homing souls on hit, and it also gives me 8% increased rogue damage and 5+ maximum stealth. That sounds really good too. So like, I probably want to put that on for sure. Maybe also a Glow of Precision. There's also a few other things that I could put on that might be really helpful. For instance, like we have ourselves like the Vampiric Talisman. Rogue projectiles give lifesteal on crit. That's maybe really good. The thing is, all my accessories right now are stealth, which like gives me increased stealth regeneration. I could switch them out to be like crit, and that might be a strategy. Or I could do something like this, the Void of Calamity, which gives me just 12% increase to all damage, period. So I don't know, we might have these in our back pocket for later, but definitely going to be using Featherfall Potions, and I definitely want to put this on. There is also something that I saw off camera, but I didn't mention this in our episode of Duelist or our crafting or anything, but it is these, the Lunar Kunai. They sound cool. I didn't think they'd be very useful, but low-key, I kind of want to give them a try. What they do is they throw out a set of 3 kunai that ignore gravity and slightly home in on enemies. After traveling enough distance, the kunai supercharge with lunar energy, homing in far more aggressively and exploding on impact, and stealth strikes instantly throw 9 supercharged kunai. So what that means is they're going to be supercharged off the bat, so I'll just throw 9 kunai that aggressively home in and then explode on impact. That might be really good. I kind of discounted this weapon as like probably a spam strike weapon instead of a stealth strike, but like low-key, I kind of want to try it. So let's go ahead and craft ourselves, honestly, this much, like 2,000 of these. We'll see if maybe these are good and worth trying. The kunai seem good. Definitely in that like first phase, I'm probably going to use the Alpha Virus. I think it does more damage, but the kunai might be good in that 3rd or 2nd phase. I don't know. Not gonna lie, That final laser was a little bit bullshit, but we are fucking locked in. I understand it now. We are winning. That does damage? Ah, I thought just his initial dash and then the, like, spikes he, like, throws afterwards did damage. I didn't know, like, the actual flame did damage. Ah, man, that could have been it. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! We locked in! Let's go! We did it! I cannot be screaming that loud again. I'm in an apartment building. I don't know how thick the walls are. Nice! Oh my god, dude, that was a race against the clock, too. My roommate comes home from work, like, pretty soon, so I didn't want to be screaming and shit like that when he comes home. Oh my god, I am so happy that we did that. I think so far, that was the... I don't know. I want to say it was either the best or the coolest, maybe both. I think it was the best fight so far in Infernum. I'm not sure if it's the coolest, and I don't think it's also my favorite, but I think as a fight, like, holy shit, what a massive improvement from the regular Calamity Profaned Guardians. I mean, that was an insane, super cool, amazing, awesome fight. And boy, howdy, was I fucking wrong. 30 attempts? Hell no. How many attempts did that take? Probably 80. Like, high key, probably actually 80. Like, how many? How many was this? 88. Yup, 80. That is... Oh my god. Dude, oh my god. You know what? In my defense, the last phase was surprisingly tricky. Which is crazy, because looking back on it now, obviously hindsight being 2020 now that I've beaten the boss, I think the final phase is probably the easiest out of all of them, which I think is really cool because I feel like the first phase is definitely the most difficult, and then the second phase is, like, definitely easier than the first. And then I guess now that I said that, the third phase is the easiest, which I think is really cool because as you, like, take down every one of the three, like, guardians, the fight becomes a little bit easier, which I think is a really cool thing. I don't know if that's how it was intended to be. Maybe I'm just weird and think, like, the second and third phase are subsequently easier than the first. But either way, dude, that was so cool. Again, just such an improvement. And you already know, we got ourselves a whole bunch of loot here. Okay, well, I guess a whole bunch is kind of a lie, because, like, half of the stuff in my inventory is not the loot, but we did get... Interesting. There is no treasure bag for the Profaned Guardians. Okay. I mean, I guess that kind of makes... I mean, not really. I would say it kind of makes sense, but, like, the Profaned Guardians are, like, their own full boss. It's not like they're a mini-boss or, like, an event, like the Celestial Pillars or, like, the Martian Saucer or something. So I would expect them to have a treasure bag. I mean, either way, they did give us a drop. It's a melee weapon, so we can't use it, but, like, this looks cool. I wonder, do they only have this melee weapon drop, or do they also have, like, the other kinds of weapons? Let's see. There's, like, the Warbender, the Sun stuff from, like, regular Calamity Mod. It looks like no. Okay, so yeah, they have one other, like, weapon as a drop, but it's not even a type weapon. It's just like straight base damage. So I guess it's like technically an other kind of weapon. There's no range or mage or, I mean, for our matter, rogue. So honestly, that's pretty cool. And looks like other than that, we just got some more unholy essences, and then obviously the Profaned Core to summon like the actual Profaned Providence. Not, I almost said Profaned Providence. It's just Providence. I'm not gonna lie though, I will absolutely take that. And honestly, this relic already in my inventory looks super cool. I want to see, what does this thing look like? Damn! It's another check mark in the tally box of like relics that don't really actually look like their boss counterpart, but like, you know what? I can see it. I can kind of see it. If we pull this back up again, it just looks like a single like commander maybe or something like from the front. It's not all three of them like I would kind of expect it to be. You know what? Not. I'm taking that one back. Uncheck that tally box. This does actually look like the boss. And gamers, with that being done, that is going to be the end of this episode here today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Not gonna lie, I know Providence isn't like our next boss. Technically, we have like Dragon Folly in the middle, but I'm pretty sure Dragon Folly is also kind of just like a little mini boss thing. So like Providence realistically is kind of our next boss. I'm scared for that now because the Profaned Guardians definitely gave me a run for my money, but you know what? I guess we'll figure out that in the next couple episodes. But gamers, like I said, that is going to be all for this episode here today. Like the video if you like it, subscribe if you really liked it. Thanks for watching, and the gamers, I will see you in the next video. Peace.